Yeah, you can feel it. It's it's a little wet, a little cold outside, man. So you can really feel that basketball season's here. I know it's a different vibe. Like when I woke up this morning, you have a different feel, than before. The exhibitions, the scrimmages are done. Like I reminded the players of that yesterday. That everybody plays, everybody gets an opportunity. We're going to try all the new stuff. That stuff's over. Now we're locking in and we're really focused on trying to win every night. And so but even with that, like I've told them, it's and I said it last week, it's a process, man. We've got to continue to work on some things and get better. But the bench does shrink a little bit, and that all that stuff that comes with playing for real and turning the lights on for real.
And starting off with a doubleheader, I mean, I don't think you guys had a doubleheader all last year with the women. Just talk about the support you're expecting from the community, especially when it comes to both of the ACU basketball teams showing up.
Yeah, I hope we have a great crowd tonight. I know a lot of people, that I've been seeing around town are fired up. They've been talking about it. Even this morning, the amount of text messages I've gotten from people here in town. And so I hope that means that we're going to have a really good crowd tonight. I think that both teams playing helps that a little bit. You get a chance to come out and see both of us. Doubleheaders are a little strange because we don't play them much anymore. It's a little tougher on the men because we never really know what the start time is going to be. But it is exciting. And I never got to see the women play last year. We were never here we were gone when they were here. They were gone when we were here. And so I was just talking to my wife last night about I'm excited, to watch the girls play a little bit because I've been watching them work out. And I think that Julie's got a great product this year, man. You can tell they're bigger, longer, more athletic. I'm fired up for her and her team, and I know we are as well. And so, I hope as many people that can come out, get out here tonight. It's 75 degrees and sunny inside Moody Coliseum, so we don't have to worry about the rain or the cold.
And then talk about your opponent, Howard Payne. It's a big country matchup. How fun is that you're able to play somebody that has ties to the big country, and people don't necessarily have to drive from out of state or across Texas to come see another big country?
Yeah, Howard Payne, we play them every year for a reason because they're good people. They can get here easily. I think it's an old rivalry from, years and years ago, and so it's kind of fun to bring them here. And their coaching staff and their athletic administration, I know them all pretty well. They're so good to us. We shift them around every year as we're trying to put the schedule together, and there's no complaints. They're always willing to play us whenever we need them to. This year it was on opening day. Not ideal for us because of the way they play. I'd like to be able to watch a few games first because I know they're going to play fast. They're going to shoot a ton of threes, and it's not conducive for opening night defensively. But man, I love playing, and we'll play them every year as long as I'm here for sure, just because they're so good to us.
And Moody Madness, it's not a foreign concept to anyone here at ACU or the Big Country. How's this? What kind of differences are we going to see this year for this year's Moody Madness as compared to years in the past?
We've always done an event separate of the games, and it was kind of a decision this year, like, let's try it. It's something new. It's something different that people don't do, and so there's going to be tons of events going on around the two games. I think that's going to be really helpful. It'll be fun for the community, but I think it's going to be really great for the students, and for the students to get out here and take part in it and really, see what these kids, women and men, have been doing to prepare and represent them, because that's what we do. We represent them everywhere we go. We're a representation of this university and our student body, and so I think it's going to be a ton of fun. All kinds of stuff going on, but when the ball's tipped, hopefully people will be sitting in their seats and watching the game.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are going to have some people a lot closer to the court this year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that will impact games?
Yeah, so I'm super excited, man, about the student section. We always had courtside seating, for the people that buy those tickets, but we have not had our student section on the floor. It's something that I've personally been pushing for since the day that we moved into Moody Coliseum. And so I think it's students need to be on the floor, right? And towards our opponent's bench, we get it everywhere we go, and so I'm excited. I thought just in our exhibition with the Abilene High kids down there, it's fall break, so we didn't have any students, but to throw Abilene High's, kids down there was fun, and I know the Corpus coach really well, and he was talking about some of the things they were saying and throwing at them, and so I'm excited. I think the students are going to really enjoy it. It makes them more of a part of the game, and the way we were set up in the past, they were almost, they were taken away from the floor, and they didn't really quite feel a part of it. So I think putting those risers down on the floor is going to be a great thing. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be good for our players. And I hope that, my goal, my hope for the whole thing is that they continue to fill into the stands above, and we still have kids on the railing and all that stuff that we've had in the past, which was pretty cool. But now we got some kids below them as well. And so I think it can turn into one of the best student sections in the WAC, and that's what we're hoping for.
First game of the season, tipping off. A lot of feelings, excitement, butterflies. What are you looking forward to the most about tonight?
Getting it over with. I think, it's going to be sloppy. It's going to be ugly. And we're going to make a lot of mistakes. It's what I told my guys in practice yesterday is like, man, we're going to make a ton of mistakes. You can't play afraid to make mistakes. The bottom line is I want to play hard. I want our guys to go out there and play with energy and enthusiasm and represent ACU and our basketball program the right way. And, man, if we can just continue to get better, if we were playing perfect right now, I'd be really nervous because that doesn't last very long. And so hopefully we can just continue to get better throughout the year, but every single night, including tonight, we come out with energy and enthusiasm. And here's the deal. If you can't feel it this morning, I sent all the guys a text this morning and said, man, like, if it doesn't feel different right now, then there's something wrong with you, I don't care who we're playing, where we're playing. I mean, we've done everything. We've played, in front of a packed house with Jackson State a few years ago here to open up Moody Coliseum, to playing Oklahoma State last year on opening night and in Stillwater, to this year playing Howard Payne right here. And so it's just opening night. They all feel the same. It doesn't matter who we're playing. And so hopefully we come out with that toughness, that grittiness that we play with, that we're supposed to play with. And we have a ton of energy and enthusiasm, not just with our team, but also in the stands.
A lot of newcomers this year. You talked about having the exhibition game to kind of get their feet wet in Moody Coliseum with their first regular season game in Moody.
Yeah.
Tonight, what are you expecting tonight?
Yeah, I think still a lot of nerves, not more nerves probably than we've had in our scrimmage and our exhibition. I think, now there's going to be parents in the stands. There's going to be their friends are going to be there. The students are here now, right? They weren't here last weekend. And so I think there's going to be a lot of nerves, and that's okay. I just want to see them, again, not worry about making mistakes, play hard, go out there. How's it going to be taken? Because, everybody thinks they're going to play 40 minutes. Until opening night, and then opening night kind of smacks them in the face a little bit. And how do they handle that, And I think that's, especially with a lot of the new guys, how do we handle that? And so hopefully, man, I think my plan is to hopefully go pretty deep all year into our bench. But I can't play 14 guys every night. And so I think kind of working through that. It's also me trying to figure it out. You can go through scrimmages and practices, and you never really know until you flip those lights on for real. And, every year there's somebody who shocks you that you don't think is ready and goes out there and performs really well. And then there's always somebody who thinks, going to perform pretty well that doesn't. And so it's just for the coaches, it's for the players, it's everybody, man, just making sure that, we go out there and we just do our best.
Touched on a little bit there, but what are your goals for tonight?
Obviously with the size advantage we'll have, hopefully to out-rebound, Howard Payne. But more importantly, they're super, super fast. They're a really, really talented offensive team, and we've covered that this week. And we've got to defend the three-point line, to have success tonight. And then I think we can't get caught up in their pace of play. We have to play our pace, and that's, taking high percentage shots, getting the ball inside, and trying to punish them on the inside. And so I want to make sure no matter what, we don't get caught up in their game, that we play our game.
One more.
Yeah.
Last season, you started pretty much as best as you can as a mid-major, going on the road to a Power 5 conference team and winning.
Yeah.
This year's a lot different. You're playing at a Division III school from right here in the big country, but what kind of energy are you expecting from that, and what kind of expectation from just a year ago are you bringing into this one?
Yeah, the good thing is we've been a part of some of those upsets on the other end. And so making sure our guys realize that. We've talked about that. There's been some non-Division I's, beat Division I's already in exhibition play. So we've reminded our guys of those games as well. I think that's the biggest thing, is not walking in thinking that you're automatically going to have success. And so managing that is always tough on opening night. It's easy when you're in Stillwater, playing against Oklahoma State, because there's no pressure. You're not supposed to win. And so it's a little different tonight. And so we do have to manage that. And so it is different, for sure. I'll say this too, man, just because I'm not going to probably see you guys, except for maybe tonight if you're here, but Saturday as well. Middle Tennessee comes into town. We have a home volleyball game on in the morning, and then we have, obviously, at 6 o'clock at night, we play Middle Tennessee, who I think, in my opinion, is going to be one of the teams that fights for a Conference USA title. And so this early in the season to have this quality of opponent. Man, we need as many people as we can get, to show up here and support the Wildcats, because Middle Tennessee is going to be maybe one of the best opponents we've brought here in a long time, especially in November.